This is We Radio, and you're listening to Lee Brownson. And joining me in the studio today, I've been joined by Owen Mullett. Hello, Owen.
Hi, thanks for having me in the show today. It's pretty good to be here.
So tell us a little bit about yourself, Owen, where you're from, a bit of your hobbies, your interests, that sort of thing.
Yeah, as you said, my name's Owen Mullett. I'm 21. I'm from Shildon, working at the reading rooms in Bishop Auckland. A little bit about myself. I enjoy playing guitar. I'm hoping to busk later in the year once obviously everything's sorted out with, the pandemic. Once restrictions are gone, I enjoy building PCs. Apart from that, basketball, not much else.
Mm-hmm. Which school did you go to?
I went to Greenfield in Aycliffe, so I studied there for a while, did a bit of music. That's obviously where my hobby of music comes from. But after that, not much else.
So what got you into building PCs and that sort of technical stuff?
I was more into it back in about 2016, where gaming was a huge thing and YouTube was extremely popular. And I wanted to get myself into it. I wanted to be able to build my own PCs and not spend extreme amounts of money on it. So I decided to pick up the hobby, learning how to build it myself, learning what I could do with it. And that's where that really came from. I kind of strive from just an urge to do it myself.
So what sort of things did you study at school when you were there?
Mainly towards RE, music. I did a lot of geography. I enjoyed geography a lot for some reason. Science was one of my main points as well. I got a B in that, which I'm extremely proud of. English, not so much. I wasn't the best at that, but I got through pretty well.
Good. So you're here today to talk a little bit about the Government Kickstart scheme, and we'll chat a little bit more about what you're involved with, what you've been through, and what that means. So we'll do that in just a couple of minutes.
24/7 from the heart of Bishop Auckland. This is We're Radio.
You're listening to We Radio, and in the studio today I'm being joined by Owen Mullett, who's talking a little bit about the Government Kickstart scheme. And the scheme is a funded scheme which provides funding and support to businesses who wish to offer paid work experience opportunities to young people. The scheme was developed in the wake of the COVID-19 pandemic by the Treasurer in the summer of 2020. And as an element of the Plan for Jobs programme, the programme provides young people with an excellent opportunity and experience within the world of work, with potential of leading to a successful career. And we do know that the Bishop Auckland Pub Company is taking part in this scheme, and over the course of the training they had 11 Kickstart candidates, and joining me in the studio, I say today, is Owen, who is one of them. So tell us a little bit about your experience, Owen, on this Kickstart scheme.
So far it's been pretty well. It wasn't something I expected to do. It's a program that was introduced to help young people get into work, like myself. I'm 21, I wasn't at work at the time, and it was offered me by the government. And it's something to get all young people the skills that I needed, since we haven't had the chance to do that. So in the past 2 years with the pandemic, no one's been able to get jobs properly. We haven't been able to go out to get that experience needed to work in the real world. And this is an excellent way to do this.
So what did you do at the initial stages? The government obviously contacted you, and then what was the next step after that?
So the next step was just get me into the program. It was a straight away kind of course thing. They wanted us in there, ready to work, ready to start learning. And as soon as I knew it, the next week I was on the course.
Right. So what sort of things did you do on the course?
It was mainly about health and safety. They ran us through how the company works a little bit. It wasn't the main pride of it. It was to try to get us the skills necessary. We got qualifications, health and safety, manual handling, everything that you could need in the real world. It was more getting them qualifications and then getting you into work so you can use them qualifications.
So how did you feel? Was it better or worse than you expected when you first heard about the Kickstart program?
It's a lot better. The way they explained it wasn't the best, but I think that's mainly because it's something so new that they don't know how to put it into words. But it was a lot better than I expected. You were able to get in there, get the work done, get the qualifications in a week, and it's a lot better than anything I've ever done before with work experience. As you said, it's work experience. When you think of that, you think unpaid work. Where this is getting you into a job, getting you working and getting you paid.
Mm-hmm. So you've learned a lot of skills in that quite intense week's worth of training.
I say I would. I learned a lot more than I thought I would. I thought I'd learn the basics of, this is what the company you're working for, this is what you'll be doing, here you go, and just hand it to you like that. Except for we got a lot more. We even had someone come, we had the boss come in, Chris. He explained how the company worked. He explained a lot on his part, which was a lot more helpful.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so coming up in just a few minutes, we'll go into a bit more detail about what you're actually doing in your work experience, or obviously your work now, and obviously what you think the future is going to hold. So we'll talk a little bit more to Owen in just a couple of minutes.
Online, on your smart speaker, and the smartphone app. This is We're Radio.
You're listening to Weir Radio from Bishop Auckland, broadcasting across Weir Valley and the world. And in the studio today with me, Lee Brownson, we've got Owen Mullett. And just before that, Owen was telling us a little bit about the training he did on this Government Kickstart scheme. And now he's going to tell us a little bit about the hands-on work that he has been doing since the end of that course and some of the sort of stuff he's been learning. So over to you, Owen.
So breaking it down pretty easily, we started off quite in the rough zone. It was a busy night, I can't lie. I was put on the bar training.
So you're thrown in at the deep end.
Pretty much, I can't lie. Being thrown into any job is it's just the deep end at any point.
Yeah.
The start is just the deep end. I was on the bar, something I've never done before, something I never expected to do in my life, which really pushed myself because it's something I really enjoy at the moment. Learning new skills like the bar it's just different. It's something that I've never put myself towards. Especially with the hands-on with the customers as well, taking orders. I love customer experience, just talking to customers, just chatting about how the day is. That's something I enjoy a lot, so I find a lot of happiness in this job, especially customer related. Yeah,
that's excellent, isn't it? So what other skills that you didn't expect to get from the course that you've actually learned hands-on in the real working environment?
I'd say social skills, which is quite a weird one. You expect to be brought up with social skills. But in the past 2 years, not going out to work, I was made redundant in my last job because of the pandemic.
Yeah.
I lost a lot of social skills. I lost a lot of the basic necessities to a work environment. And I've gained them all back from this experience.
Mm-hmm. So what are you looking forward to in the future? Obviously, you're on this scheme at the moment and you're getting quite a lot of hours. Is the hours varying? Are you doing...
I'm contracted to my 25. That's due to the actual Kickstarter scheme itself. I have put a lot more extra hours in than I was expecting, which I'm not going to complain about. But I hope in the future to work more. I hope to, just gain more experience, work higher towards, the ladder, just get somewhere up there instead of just always being at the bottom.
So now you're in the hospitality industry and the bars and working in a coffee shop environment with customers. Is that the sort of thing you want to do in the future, or is your mind open to other opportunities, or where do you see yourself in the future, sort of thing?
I want to stay working where I am. I want to keep going, climb up the ladder, get higher, just get a promotion kind of basis thing.
Yeah.
I think this is where I want to work. This is the kind of work that I can do and that I want to do. It's something that I believe I'm good at, and I think I can work from it.
So it's obviously this is going to take you future for the forward. So from anybody out there who's heard a little bit about the Kickstart scheme and what's actually happening, so what would your advice be to them if they were thinking about doing it from your experience yourself?
At first, it seems daunting, and I can't lie, it was daunting to me, but I'd say go for it. It's something that not everyone gets the opportunity to do, especially people who've passed the age of 26 that aren't eligible for the actual scheme anymore. It's something that you should get into, get the work experience, and go out there and start learning and just working again. We're back at that time where we need to work, everything's becoming normal again, and it's something that we need to push ourselves towards.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much for coming in and taking time out of your day to speak to us here at Weir Radio. And on behalf of myself and everybody here, I'd like to wish you all the very best in the future and good luck.
Thank you very much.
And we'll speak to Owen again, no doubt, in the near future.